You're listening to First Paso. Because sometimes you simply need someone to help you take that first paso. Hello and welcome to First Paso, a show where we learn together how to take that first paso toward becoming the best versions of ourselves. My name is Candace Olushala, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm just gonna be honest, okay? I am so happy. The introvert in me is so happy that we are at the end of a commercialized holiday stretch. Because let me tell you something, there is text fatigue with all these happy holidays, happy Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all of that, plus the holidays, the stores trying to sell me Valentine's stuff during Christmas, the gifts, having to figure out gifts when gifts are my lowest love language, and I'm also not the best gift giver. So receiving and giving of gifts, it takes a lot of energy and mental capacity to execute well, if at all. Yeah, I'm really, really happy that this is the last major commercialized holiday until Valentine's Day, and then I'll throw up then. But for now, I'm just happy. Am I the only one? Please let me know. Please let me know I'm not the only one who is just so elated that this thing is over. And in case you didn't know, I'm going to do this right now. This is my happy everything message to everyone who has messaged me since Thanksgiving or before that. Because I don't have the energy to text everyone back. I've texted a couple of y'all back. I mean, a couple of thumbs up. Woo, thanks. But most of y'all, this is it. I'm gonna try to find the video that I did last year to ensure that y'all know this is it. So if you don't think I responded to you, you're not listening to this episode right now. So you're missing your response from me. And this is it. Oh my gosh. Thank you. You too. Happy holidays. Love ya. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was it. So if you missed it, oh well. And if not, receive it, because it's probably going to be the same thing next year. So with that being said, I did want to talk today about how it is the new year today. It is January 1st, 2025. It is a Wednesday, and I don't care. Y'all, I don't care. And you shouldn't either. And this is why. We're going to talk about this. We're going to unpack it. We're going to unpack why we really don't need to care about January 1st. And I'm going to start off with a story. So back when I was in college, I had this friend named Alberto, and Alberto was hilarious. If anyone can find Alberto Hernandez for me, who went to Southern Adventist University, shout out to him, because this is about him. So there was a time where I was talking to him about all the stuff that I was frustrated with regarding my body image. I was really struggling with how I viewed myself as beautiful. What did that mean? The pressure on campus to try to find your husband before graduation. It's that ring before spring type of mentality, and trying to get your MRS degree. Ladies, if you know what I'm talking about, just God bless us all. So I was really trying to figure this out, and I'm overwhelmed. I'm frustrated. I'm just this young freshman, sophomore girl wanting to transform my life in hopes that some boy likes me enough to want to marry me one day, maybe. And I kept wondering like, how am I going to do this? When am I going to do this? I just want to do it January 1st and try to get my life together. Then I'll go to the gym. I'll make this whole plan. I'm going to do this diet thing and whatever I was thinking at the time, right? I was just trying to figure my life out. So I'm talking to Alberto about it. And again, he's really funny and charismatic. He will make you laugh till you pee yourself. But this is one of the first times that I really saw him be honest in a serious way. And I appreciated it from him because it was almost like hearing it from a brother. And what he said to me was, Candace, every day is January 1st. And I sat with that. Old 18, 19-year-old me was like, what the heck is he talking about? And as I really sat with it throughout that day and the days after, I realized what he was trying to tell me. And that's what I want to talk about today on this episode. Today's episode is why January 1st on the calendar literally holds no weight in your life. This season has been about seasons of transition, and we've heard many stories. We've talked about several things. If you haven't heard some of those testimonies, the stories of people that have shared this season, I want you to go back and listen on your streaming platform or to watch this on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube and that's your preferred place. I want you to go back and check those episodes out because we've talked about a lot of rich information about what to do when you're in the middle of a thing. You've already taken a first paso, and now there's all these other little pasos you need to take, these pasitos, if you will, that you need to take to figure out how you're going to get to the next place. And that next place, you can call it your promised land. You can call it a promised land. You can just call it the next platform in the midst of a bigger life transition, if you will, whatever you want to call it. But this middle space that we're trying to navigate is what we've been talking about. I highly recommend going back and listening to some of those episodes. But how does this fit into this narrative of the new year? And you watched the ball drop last night and you have all these New Year's resolutions. You've probably gotten a gym membership and you have a diet plan you want to do, or you have all these goals that you've listed out for your business or for your parenting style, maybe for how you just do anything, really, honestly. It doesn't matter. Whatever you've written down, you've planned, you're probably here today going, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this year for real. I know I didn't do all of it last year, but I'm really going to do it this year. And it's January 1st. I'm starting right now. You know what? Awesome. Love that for you. You don't need that. And that sounds absolutely crazy, but you don't. You don't need the calendar to strike 12 and take you into a new year. And here's why. I don't know about you, but I feel like I am constantly trying to evolve. And even when I'm not trying, there are aspects of my life, whether it's my relationships with different people, how I'm feeling on certain days, depending on what projects I have in front of me to do, to execute, whatever dynamics I'm trying to navigate between my family, my friends, how I am assessing myself, how old I am, whether I've had an injury, all sorts of things, right? It's like life has me trying to figure out what I'm doing day to day and even moment by moment. I don't know how I'm always going to need to wait for January 1st to just start over, to start anew. Sometimes I'm in the middle of something and it's January 1st, like right now. If you go on my YouTube channel, if you're not watching this on YouTube, or if you are watching this on YouTube, I posted a video yesterday talking about a transition that I started weeks ago. I was not waiting for January 1st. I'll talk about it a little bit here, but that video will give you more context. I'm going through a transition right now, And I wasn't going to wait to start that transition today because it was urgent then. It was pressing on me then. And I felt ready then. So I was not about to be like, yeah, let me just wait for like 3 weeks and see if I'm like still extra ready then. I would have just wasted my time, right? So we're constantly looking for the videos and the podcasts and all this content regarding how we're going to start this new year, new me, 2025. I don't even know what the phrase for 2025 is. Here to thrive in 2025. I literally just made that up. I have no idea. Listen, I don't care what the phrase is. I just want I want you and me to treat every day as though it is January 1st. Because you need to run your life based on what's actively happening. You need to assess your life based on what has already transpired. You and I can't wait for a calendar date to start many things. Yes, there are certain things in life that, yes, it happens on a certain day on the calendar, like our anniversaries and whatever, or projects that we're working on. There's a deadline that it needs to be due by, whatever. That's different. I'm talking about the things in your life that you actually want to evolve in, the things that life is beckoning you to transform in. You don't have to wait for January 1st. And there's going to be a lot of content today. There's a lot of ads that have been put out pushing this narrative that, get your gym membership, get $29 off a month if you subscribe to this in January, and you're going to have that transformation of a lifetime. We all know that those are gimmicks. We know that by now. We've done it every single year, and it's not changing. It's not changing for most of us. We are still trying to get back on the horse sometime in April in certain areas. Now we're feeling depressed about it in July, and then we're trying to reassess in August, and come November, December, we got a list again, and we just repeat. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that anymore. Look, I'm the type of person that will pray starting in October, asking for the Lord to give me a word for the next year. I like doing that because I want to know from Him what He sees my life moving into. And actually, every year that I've done that, He has given me a theme phrase or word, a theme Bible verse or verses, and a theme song or songs that all tie together that I can focus on throughout the year and see how He helps me to evolve. And every single year since I started doing that, it has been beautiful, because it's not my resolutions and things I want to do, but it's what God sees for me. And He says that He knows the plans that He has for me. So He can lead me and guide me. That is fine. That doesn't mean I don't have goals. That doesn't mean that I don't have dreams or visions of how I also want to see my life. Of course, I like to submit all those things to the Lord. I like to prayerfully put them down and see what happens. But it's not necessarily, if this doesn't happen, then life is over, right? For nothing that I write down is that dire in my life. However, space. I have realized that even when He has given me certain themes, I've started to pick up over the years that a theme from one year doesn't mean it's set just for that calendar year. Sometimes those themes start to overlap and roll over into the next years. And some of them I realize are just continuums. Yeah, He revealed it to me for the next year, but he has a continuum purpose. The purpose behind what he's shared with me to go through in that year is really a principle to live by for my whole life. And that's why I love the fact that transitions are just so fluid and they just keep moving and going. Like, you can be in one season of transition in one area, you can be in another season of transition in another, and they just kind of ebb and flow, and you got to figure it out. And then you make it to a sense of a promised land in one area while still navigating a transition in another one. Like, it's just so flowing. It's so free that January 1st is almost a hindrance to the ability to just flow, the ability to take those leaps of faith in the moments that I feel the momentum inside of me to do it. When I realize I'm already determined, I want to jump. I don't want to wait for the calendar. I don't want to wait for the ball in New York to drop. I don't want to wait for any of that. I want to start now, and I want to keep evolving. And I want to take what I started a few weeks ago, which is on body image, working on how I see myself, why I see myself the way I do, what needs to change in how I view myself that is actually a deterrent, which is a hindrance in my life in ways that I thought I had already gotten over. And God has been so kind to show me that I was just allowing some of those things to be dormant. I didn't want to wait. I'm not going to wait. You shouldn't wait either. So I started a couple weeks ago on this journey of figuring out how to view myself better. And now January 1st is just a regular day. In some ways it's not, because I'm a sentimental person. And so I like to think of times in their years just for categorization in my mind of what happened in different seasons of my life. But that's about it. I am starting this new venture of not allowing the clock to strike 12 to drive my life. Listen, I'm not Cinderella, and I know you're not either. Okay, so there's no pumpkin, carriage, mice, evil stepsister, stepmom. We're really not in a fairy tale. This is not Disney. This is real life. And in real life, January 1st is just another day. Hey, some of us get the day off. Praise God. Hallelujah. Glory be. But that's really it. So I share all of this with you to say, if you came here to hear some kind of motivation to figure out, like, what is your 2025 going to be and how you're going to conquer everything, and by December 31st, you're going to do this and do that. I'm sorry, I don't have that for you today. And I'm not going to. Yes, I wish you a very happy new year. Yes, I pray that everything that is for you happens this year, if it's to happen this year for you. I pray and hope that the plans that God has for you transpire and unfold before your eyes. I pray that the things that really need to leave your life leave this year. I just pray that you're a different person in 2025 than you were in 2024. But I don't wish that and pray that for you because it's now 2025. I want that for you every moment of every single day. And I want the same thing for myself. So I'm going to challenge you to maybe rethink how you see January 1st. I don't want it to bring anxiety. I don't want it to bring overwhelm. I don't want you to sit there and feel like you've just listed off this laundry list of things that you not only want to accomplish, but just have to accomplish this year. If it motivates you to get certain things done, awesome, fine, no problem. But don't feel like your life is centered around getting something accomplished, something done, your life evolving between January 1st and December 31st of every single year. Don't be bound by a year calendar. Be bound by your morals. Be bound by your integrity. Be bound by your desire to transform. That's all the bondage you need. And really, that type of bondage is freedom. The freedom to live within your moral compass, the freedom to live out the integrity that you stand on, the freedom to be yourself and to discover more of that person every moment of every single day. So, again, Happy New Year. Feliz Año Nuevo. I hope the best for you. I'm excited that we're continuing a journey that we actually started last year in this season. And I kind of love that we didn't end the season last year, that this is just flowing into 2025 because that's real life. I'm excited to see how our transitions continue to flow, and we're going to keep going on this journey. I don't know how long this season is going to be. I do know that transitions happen every second of every day. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm so happy that you got to listen and or watch this episode today. And that's really it for today's episode. So if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, please post them on Spotify or Apple Music, wherever you see you have commentary. Check out the poll. I have a poll on Spotify. I always have a poll on Spotify. And sometimes I post it in the comment section on YouTube. So check that out as well. If I have any questions I'm posing, answer them. And share this with a friend. Whatever you want to see here, however you want to see people learn and grow from this podcast, share it. Let me know. Let your friends know. Bring those questions to me, and hopefully we can do this together. But with that being said, I'm going to go. I'm ready to just keep living the life that I've already started living. And I hope you're going to go do the same as well. So love you guys. Take care. Please stay safe. God bless. And besitos. We'll talk soon. Bye.